everyone, my name is Lauren and welcome back to my library. Today I'm here to bring you my 5 favourite fantasy novels. So I've decided to do a bit of a series on this channel to talk about my 5 favourite novels in different categories. I have already done my sci-fi favourites. That will be in the description down below if you are interested in watching that one. This one is going to be my fantasy ones, and I'm also going to do one that is my contemporaries. Those are the 3 genres I read the most, so they're the ones that I just want to talk about the most. Before I get into this, if you could please like and subscribe this video, that would be really helpful. It does help with the algorithm and I would definitely really appreciate it. With that being said, let's just get right into it. So the first one I want to talk about today, in no particular order, these are in no particular order, by the way. I can't rank them, so it's just in any order that I just have them in my stack. The first one I want to talk about is A Curse So Dark and Lonely by Bridget Chimera. This book was so good. If you don't know what this book is about, you have been living under a rock, because this was so hyped when it first came out. Everyone was talking about it. Basically following Harper, who lives in the normal world. No magic, no nothing. She's just living her best life. And she gets transported into this fantastical, magical world where there is a prince named Rin who needs saving. And I definitely liked the realistic characterization of Harper in this. I feel like someone from like our world being transported into a magical world would definitely have the same reaction to this. And I like how she knew from the from early on that she needed to fall in love with Ren to basically save him from the curse, and she was like, oh well, I know I have to, but it doesn't mean that I'm going to. Like, I can't help who I love. And it's been a while since I read this novel, and I probably need a refresher because I breezed through it in one afternoon, so I probably didn't comprehend a lot of the things that were happening because I just read it so fast and probably didn't give it time to sink in. But this has stayed with me because I just remember loving it so much. A lot of these novels are probably going to be like everyone's favorites for fantasy, like a lot of people, because they're such hyped books anyway. But the second book, no one's surprised. A Court of Mist and Fury by Sarah J Maas. This has to be one of the best fantasy enemies to lovers tropes that I have read. Like, that glow up, that character development, that plot twist was like, so good. Obviously we're following Feyre. This is also a Beauty and the Beast retelling, like A Curse So Dark and Lonely. We're following Feyre, who kills a something. She kills a something. A fae? She kills a fae in the woods. And because she did that, she is basically forced to live her life in the fae world and repay the debt that she's done. And then things happen and this book happens. I have reread this a couple of times now, and it's just as good as the first time I read it. I don't think I will ever get sick of this one. The third book is a little bit slow for me, so I don't know if I would bother rereading that again. I feel like there's just a lot of pages but not a lot of plot. A lot of romance though. But this one is definitely my favourite out of the series, and how could it not be? The next book I have to talk about is Our Dark Duet by V. Schwab. This is the second book in the Monsters of Verities duology, and this book broke me. Victoria Schwab has this way of making me so attached to her characters, and then when something bad happens to them, I just die a little inside. The first novel is This Savage Song, and it is following Kate and August. And the thing I love about Victoria is that she has such a way of telling a story and you not being able to realize who the bad person is. There's such a fine line between being a monster and being human, and this novel, or this duology, does such an amazing job of discussing that. And basically Kate is a regular human being, and her father is the mob boss and is basically trying to control the entire town. And then we have August, who is created and is a monster. So basically these monsters are created because of some evil that has happened in the world. Like someone's done something bad and a monster is created from it. So he is being created by that, and he has the ability to tell which people are good and which people are bad. And then he kills the people that are bad. And he has a lot of difficulty dealing with that because he just wants to be a normal human being. And Kate has been brought up in this lifestyle where she has to be tough and she has to be in charge of everyone, and basically has seen so much violence in her life that she's kind of become not a good nice person. So, and she's like set on trying to kill these monsters. And I think that just the fine line between what is right and what is wrong, what is good and what is bad, and what defines a person as an evil person or as a monster. And it's just like so well done. This novel, I cannot sing its praises enough. It is something that has definitely stayed with me. It's one of the first books that I read of Victoria Schwab's work, and I freaking loved it, and I'm never gonna not love it. The next one I have to talk about is Daughter of the Pirate King by Tricia Levensteller. If you are not new to this channel, you know that I talk about this book non-stop. This book is just like everything I want it to be. It's sassy, it's humorous, it's a little romance sprinkled on in there, and it's just like pirates and badassery, and it's just like everything that I love in a novel right in between these pages. So it says here that she is sent on a trip to retrieve an ancient hidden map, the key to a legendary treasure trove. 17-year-old pirate captain Alosa deliberately allows herself to be captured from her enemies, giving her the perfect opportunity to search their ship. More than a match for the ruthless pirate crew, Alosa has one thing standing between her and the map: her captor, the unexpectedly clever and unfairly attractive first mate Raiden. But not to worry, for Alosa has a few tricks up her sleeve, and a lone pirate cannot stop the Daughter of the Pirate King. And just like, what more do I need to say? Like, this is just like everything that I ever wanted, and I love it so much. I have so many feelings towards it, and it's just so fun. I just love this book so much. And if you have not read this book, what are you doing with your life? You're missing out on such a great story. And the last one that I have to share with you today, which is, I don't think is going to be a surprise for a lot of people, Nevernight by Jay Kristoff. This just has to be like the first book that I have read that broke my heart. I think that I haven't read a book where I related so much to a character and was so invested in literally every single person within this novel. I know a lot of people love this novel, and rightly so. The first 100 pages is always like the most difficult for me to get through because of the language, but after that, like, you just kind of forget that that's what it's like, and the story is just like so good. If you don't know what Nevernight is about, again, you are living under a rock, because this is massive. We are following Mia Kavia, who has had her father killed when she was younger and is on her way to become an assassin to seek revenge. And she is out for blood. That is all I'm gonna say. It is sassy, it is gory, it is violent. There is so much badassery in here. And like, a school setting to learn how to become an assassin apparently is definitely my thing. It's a huge thing that I love, and I freaking love this book. I love all of these books. So, thank you so much for watching. That is all I have for today, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!